There are gifts that almost no one carries, not the common ones, not the ones everybody talks about. I am talking about the rare ones, the strange ones, the gifts that show up in maybe 2 out of every 100 people, and the ones who have them usually spend most of their lives thinking something is wrong with them, because no one around them carries the same thing. If you have ever felt like you were built differently, like you experience the spiritual world in a way the people around you simply do not, there is a reason for that. You may be carrying one of these rare gifts and not even know it. And by the end of this video, you are going to know. Because I am going to walk you through the 7 rarest spiritual gifts that only a small fraction of people ever carry, the gifts that mark the truly chosen. And I am going to describe each one so clearly that you will know immediately whether it is operating in you. Here is what almost no one understands about these gifts. They are not given out evenly. The common gifts are spread across many people, but these 7 are concentrated in a few, the ones God set apart before they were even born. That is why, if you carry one, you have probably spent your life feeling like an outsider, like you did not quite fit, like there was a layer of reality you could see that the people closest to you were completely blind to. It was not your imagination, it was the gift, and the strangeness you felt was simply the cost of carrying something rare in a world full of the ordinary. I want you to do something while you watch. Keep count. As I go through each one, count how many of these are yours. Most people who carry one of these actually carry 2 or 3, because these gifts cluster together in the people God sets apart. So keep count, and at the end, I want you to tell me your number in the comments. And I am saving the rarest one of all for last, the 7th and final gift, the one that costs the most and is given to the fewest. So make sure you stay all the way to the end, because that one might be the one that explains your entire life. Before we start, if you already feel like this video is about you, take 1 second and subscribe. This channel exists for the ones who carry what most people cannot. When you subscribe, you help these messages reach more people who have been walking around with a rare gift and no one to explain it to them. So do that now, and let's begin the countdown. The 7th rare gift is the Discerning of Spirits. This is the gift of perceiving what is really there, behind the words, behind the smile, behind the surface that everyone else accepts at face value. If you have ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere shift inside you before anyone spoke, if you have ever met someone who seemed perfectly pleasant and felt every alarm in your spirit go off, if you have ever known something was wrong long before there was any proof, you carry this. People with this gift cannot be fooled the way others can. They feel deception, they feel heaviness, they feel when something holy is present and when something is not. There are other signs too. You often feel drained after being around certain people, as if they pulled something out of you. You can sense when someone is lying, even when their story is perfect. You sometimes feel a physical reaction, a tightening, a chill, a sudden unease that you cannot explain until later, and you have learned, usually the hard way, that when you ignored that feeling, you regretted it. It is rare because most people only perceive what their 5 senses report. You perceive past them. If that is you, that is gift number 1 on your list. Keep counting. The 6th rare gift is the gift of dreams and visions, the seer's gift. This is given to the ones God speaks to in the night and sometimes in the middle of the day when their eyes are wide open. If you remember your dreams vividly, if some of them have come true, if you see images and scenes that you have no natural explanation for, if you have dreamed of people or events before they happened, you carry the seer's gift. You may also wake at the same hour, night after night, pulled out of sleep for reasons you cannot name. You may see things in your mind while you pray, pictures and impressions that carry meaning. You may have had a dream so vivid that it stayed with you for years. Throughout history, God has used this gift to warn, to guide, and to reveal what was coming before it arrived. It is rare because most people sleep through the night and remember nothing. You were given an open door where most people have a wall. If that is you, add it to your count. The fifth rare gift is the word of knowledge. This is one of the strangest gifts to live with, because it is the gift of suddenly knowing something you have no natural way of knowing. A name drops into your mind. A detail about someone you just met. A piece of information about a situation that no one told you. You just know it, and later you find out you were right. Sometimes you feel an urge to say something to a stranger, and it turns out to be exactly what they needed to hear. Sometimes you sense the real problem underneath what someone is telling you. People with this gift often frighten themselves because the knowing comes from nowhere and lands with certainty. It is not a guess. It is a download. It is rare because it bypasses logic entirely. God simply hands you a piece of knowledge that He wants you to have, usually so you can help someone, pray for someone, or avoid something. If you have experienced this, that is another one for your list. If you are already counting more than one, I am not surprised, and I want to point you towards something I made for exactly this. It is called the Discernment Guide, and it was written for people who carry these rare gifts and have never had a framework to understand them or steward them without losing their peace. It is linked in the description below. It will not do the walking for you, but it will help you finally understand what you have been carrying. For now, stay with me, because we are only getting to the heavier gifts now. The fourth rare gift is the gift of healing. This is the gift of being a vessel that healing flows through, not because of who you are, but because of who God is, choosing to move through your hands, your prayers, your presence. If you have ever laid hands on someone and felt something move, if you have prayed for someone and watched them recover in a way that did not make natural sense, if you carry an unusual compassion for the sick and the suffering that pulls you toward them instead of away, you may carry this. You may notice that people are drawn to you when they are hurting, that they tell you things they tell no one else, that something in you wants to lay hands and pray even when you feel unqualified. It is rare because most people pray and hope. The ones with this gift pray and something happens. If that is you, add it to your number and keep counting, because the next three are the rarest of all. The third rare gift is the working of miracles. This is a step beyond healing. This is the gift through which the impossible bends. The ones who carry it tend to see things happen around them that other people simply do not experience. Provision that arrives at the exact moment. Situations that turn around against all odds. Doors that open that should have stayed locked. Money that appears when there was none. Timing that is too perfect to be coincidence, again and again. They live in a strange relationship with the impossible, because for them, the impossible has a way of moving. It is one of the rarest gifts there is, because it requires a vessel God can trust with His raw power. If your life has been marked by things that should not have been possible, by rescues and reversals you still cannot explain, pay attention. Now, before I give you the final two, the two rarest gifts of all, I need you to stay with me, because this is where most people stop watching, and these last two are the ones most likely to explain why your life has felt the way it has. So take a breath. Keep your count ready, because what comes next is the part your spirit has been waiting for. And I want to say something here, because some of you are realizing as you watch that your number is higher than you expected, and it is starting to unsettle you. Do not be afraid of what you carry. Throughout your life, you may have been told that you were too much, too intense, too sensitive, too strange. But everything you were criticized for is beginning to make sense now, because it was never a flaw in your character. It was a gift the people around you simply could not recognize. The heaviness, the seeing, the feeling, the knowing, all of it was the evidence of something rare being formed in you, even in the seasons when it felt like a burden you never asked for. The second rare gift is the gift of faith. I'm not talking about ordinary belief. Every believer has a measure of faith. I'm talking about the rare, supernatural gift of faith, the kind that does not waver even when everything says it should. If you have ever found yourself completely calm in a situation that should have destroyed you, if you have believed God for something impossible while everyone around you panicked, if you carry an unshakable certainty that God will come through even when you have no evidence, you may carry this gift. People around you have probably called you naive or told you that you do not understand how serious the situation is. But the truth is, you understood perfectly. You simply were not afraid because something inside you was anchored to something they could not see. You have likely been the steady one in the storm, the one others leaned on when everything was falling apart, the one who kept believing when believing made no sense. It is rare because most people's faith rises and falls with their circumstances. This kind of faith does not move. It is the faith that moves mountains, given to the few who are called to stand when everyone else falls. If that is you, add it to your list, because you are almost certainly carrying the seventh as well. And before I give you that final rarest gift, I have to invite you somewhere. Because if you have been counting and your number is climbing, you are exactly who I built this for. It is called the Chosen Circle, and it is a community of people who carry these same rare gifts, who understand what it is to feel everything, to see what others miss, to be marked and misunderstood. You can join through the link in the description. For the price of a coffee, you stop being the only one in the room who carries this, and you finally stand with people who carry it too. Because the rare ones were never meant to walk alone. They were meant to find each other. Now the first and rarest gift of all, the one that costs the most, the one given to the fewest, it is the gift of bearing, the intercessor's heart. This is the gift of feeling what others feel, and feeling what God feels, and carrying it. If you have ever wept for people you have never met, if you have felt the weight of a stranger's pain settle onto your own chest, if you have been woken in the night with an urgency to pray for someone, and you did not even know why, you carry this. People with this gift feel everything. The joy and the grief of the whole world seems to pass through them. You may have spent your life absorbing the emotions of every room you walk into. You may carry sadness that is not even yours and never understood where it came from. You may have felt, since you were a child, that you were somehow responsible for everyone's pain, that you had to fix it, hold it, pray it through. And for most of their lives, the ones who carry this think it is a curse, because it is exhausting, because it is heavy, because no one understands why they carry so much and feel so deeply. But it is the rarest gift of all, because it is the most like the heart of God himself. He feels everything. He carries everything. He weeps over people who do not even know his name. And he shares that with only the few he can trust to carry it with him. The intercessor is the one standing in the gap that no one sees, holding up people who will never know they were held. It is the most hidden gift and the most powerful, because while everyone else is looking for a platform, the intercessor is quietly changing things from a place no one will ever applaud. If that is you, then understand what it means. You were not too sensitive. You were not weak for feeling so deeply. You were not broken for carrying what others could shrug off. You were carrying the rarest assignment there is. The weight you have felt your whole life was never a malfunction. It was the weight of a gift most people will never be strong enough to hold. And the loneliness that came with it was the loneliness of the one standing in a place too few are willing to stand. So now you have your number. Whether it is 1 or 3 or 5, you carry something rare, something most of the people you have ever met do not have. And the reason your life has felt different, the reason you have felt alone, the reason you have been misunderstood, is not because something is wrong with you. It is because something is rare in you. You were not built like everyone else, because you were never meant to live like everyone else. And now that you know what you carry, the question becomes what you do with it, because a rare gift left unused is the saddest thing there is. So let me give you 3 things to do, the same 3 I would tell anyone who just discovered what they carry. First, stop hiding it. You have probably spent years dimming yourself to make other people comfortable, and every time you did, you buried the very thing God gave you. Stop apologizing for how deeply you feel, how much you see, how strongly you sense. Second, take it to God before you take it anywhere else. These gifts are not toys, and they are not for show. They are tools of the Spirit, and they grow when you bring them back to the one who gave them, in prayer, in stillness, in surrender. And third, use it for someone. A gift turned inward becomes a burden. A gift poured out becomes a calling. The moment you start using what you carry to help, to pray, to protect, to heal, to bear, that is the moment the gift comes fully alive in you, and that is the moment you stop feeling cursed by it and start walking in it the way it was always meant to be walked. For those of you ready to go deeper into what it means to walk as one of the rare ones, the set apart, the ones who carry these gifts, I created something for exactly this. It is called the Chosen One's Survival Guide, and it is the most complete thing I have ever made for people on this road. It is available through the link in the description, and for the members of the Chosen Circle, it is yours at no cost as part of the community. And while you are there, I also made a set of Shadow Covenant wallpapers so you can carry this with you every day. It will not walk the road for you, but it will make sure you never walk it without a map again. Before you go, do 3 things. Subscribe so these messages keep reaching you, and in the comments, tell me your number. How many of these 7 rare gifts are operating in you, and where are you watching from? I read every single one, and your number might be the exact confirmation the next person scrolling needs to see. And then take a breath, and let this settle into your spirit. I know that for some of you, this video has done something you did not expect. It has put words to things you have carried alone for years, things you could never explain to anyone, things that made you feel like the odd one out for as long as you can remember. And maybe for the first time, you are realizing that you were never the problem. You were a person carrying something rare in a world that did not know what it was looking at. The teachers who did not understand you, the family that called you too much, the friends who drifted away, none of them could see what God placed in you. But you can see it now. And once you see it, you can never go back to believing you were ordinary. You were never strange. You were never too much. You were never broken. You were rare, and the gifts you carry were given to you on purpose by a God who trusted you with something most people will never hold. He did not make a mistake when he made you the way he made you. He was building a vessel for something he could not entrust to just anyone. Count your gifts, walk in them, pour them out, and never again let anyone convince you that the rare thing inside of you was something to hide. You were chosen to carry this, you always were. And now, finally, you know what it is.